so today we're going to be shooting a tutorial on Day of the Dead makeup. We're actually going to be doing one side, Day of the Dead, the other side is kind of a basic glam eye. And this is also my best friend. I've known her since 3rd grade. Her name is Melissa.
Hi!
And she's going to be helping me explain and show you guys how to demonstrate this look. I hope you guys enjoy. Here we go. Okay, so I've already done the right side of my face, which you can actually reference in my other video, which would be Sexy Vampy Smoky Halloween makeup. But we're gonna get right into doing the steps for the Day of the Dead makeup.
My favorite products to do any sort of face painting are MAC's Chromacakes. They're water activated, so the best way to use these, I like to take Fix Plus spray a little into the product itself. Sponges are the best way. They're my favorite way to go with this. I feel like with brushes you might get some streaks sometimes. Just to give you guys a quick example, I'm going to use my arm. So you can kind of just go on and brush, and you might get some streaks with that as well. These can be sheared out with a sponge, like this. If you want to build coverage, you can just kind of go in and layer and press it in, stippling with a sponge versus sweeping it to avoid those streaks.
Alright, so we're going to go ahead and apply this onto the side of my face. And like she already demonstrated, she spritzed some of the MAC, the Fix Plus spray into here. So I'm actually choosing not to make it so opaque. I kind of want it to be a little bit more sheer so you can kind of still see a little bit of my skin tone through. You can obviously choose to make it really, really white.
It'll look more like a mask if you go full white. So I guess with leaving it on the more sheer side, we can see some of her skin. Once everything comes together, it'll look a little bit more skeletal versus looking like a mask.
And also I'm going to be leaving this whole area around my eye open just because we're going to go back with that and put the black paint. So we're just going to cover all of the rest. Alright, so I'm kind of wanting it to be a little bit blotchy, like how you see it. Just because I kind of want more of that skeletal feel. So we're now going to be applying powder just to kind of set it, and this one is a really basic neutral set from Ben Nye. Anyone would pretty much do, I'd say. Any neutral powder. It doesn't have to be this one, but if you are interested in using the same products, I will have everything listed below. We'll go ahead with this one and just dust it all over with a powder brush.
They're great. They set really well with powder, and they are incredibly long wearing, the Chromacakes.
Yeah, they're doing pretty well. Okay, so now we're gonna go ahead and do around the eye area with the black paint. So same thing, we're going to be spritzing some of the Fix Plus into here. And then
I usually suggest with this look, kind of using your eyebrow as your guide of where to stop above the eye.
Okay,
Plus that
your outline maybe.
It saves you on having to cover or worry about your eyebrow. You can just paint over it and it won't show since you're painting it all black. This is a very forgiving look as far as worrying about making your lines too straight or too neat.
Okay, so in between each of these steps, you want to make sure that you give it a little bit of time to kind of set so you're not going over each step immediately and then it might get a little bit messy.
We're going to go in now and start drawing the petals around the eye. A suggestion here is taking either a neutral lip liner, or in this case we have Chromagraphic Pencil from MAC. It's a concealing pencil in NC42 and W45. We're just going to go along and start sketching in some petals. Instead of going in directly with your paint, because if you mess up it's going to be a little bit more complicated to clean. If you go in with something neutral and you mess up, you can just smudge it out or paint the white over it and start over, but this allows a little bit more precision as far as coloring goes. So I'm just kind of roughly sketching these. They don't have to be perfect. It's just giving a bit of an outline. And I'm telling you, every Halloween I do like 7 of these. It's kind of annoying. So now Jen's gonna go ahead and paint in, it's kind of like paint by numbers. It's super easy this way. She's gonna use Chromaline in Process Magenta. These are also a MAC product, highly recommended, especially for face paint. They are waterproof and extremely long wearing, so if you're going to be wearing these out and about, it's a good thing to use. Also, I know this might not be the most practical product for you to buy if you're just doing this as a one-time Halloween look. We do recommend maybe using any of these guys that a lot of us are familiar with. A lot of brands are making these kind of liquid matte lipsticks. They're kind of like a paint, to be honest. And you know, you've got Lime Crime, LA Girl, LA Splash. Goes on like a paint. Don't be afraid to use these with a brush and go in and paint designs on your face for Halloween. They work really well for that as well.
And they're really transfer resistant, so they stay put really, really nicely. Okay, so now we're gonna go in and fill in the petals. I'm actually gonna use a lip brush because it's just smaller. I'll have a little bit more control. And then I'm just gonna fill in the petals. And this will take some time. It's a little bit tedious, but it comes out really pretty. Now that we filled them in, obviously it doesn't really need to be perfect, you guys, where the pink petals are meeting the black, because we're gonna go back and place some little rhinestones all over, which you'll see us do in a second. And we're gonna place them all along the border, so it will cover any little imperfections, so don't stress out if it's not perfect. You can go back and handle the detailing afterwards.
Move over!
Take it, girl.
Okay, now we're gonna start applying the rhinestones. We're gonna use Duo adhesive for this. It's a latex adhesive, and it's waterproof. Also great if you're going out for the night. So now we're gonna take the Duo. I'm gonna use these itty bitty Q-tips. You could use regular size Q-tips. It saves a lot of time instead of going in and dipping each individual rhinestone into the glue. We're going to dip into the glue. This stuff dries pretty quickly, so you wanna work fast. We're gonna go in, and I'm just gonna put a little dot. We'll do like 3 or 4 at a time. I'm going to take the stone and just press it. Alright, so my dots are a little smaller, but we're just gonna go in and wherever there's glue, I'm going to stick a stone. So we'll just kind of, same thing, don't worry about precision here because it's going to be covered up. There's room for error. There's like a little space in between each stone. It doesn't matter, the stuff dries black, so it'll all kind of blend.
So now that we have all the rhinestones on, some areas are a little bit messy because the Duo kind of seeped around. Again, don't like stress out about that. It's another reason why we chose to use the black adhesive, or the black Duo, so that it does kind of blend in a little bit. And if you want to go over anything with more paint or more black paint, you can do so at the end once everything completely dries. But until then, don't worry about any little mistakes because they will happen. So now I'm going to go around and outline the pink petals with black. And again, we're going to be using the black paint. And I have like this pointed liner brush. This one's a 209 from MAC, but you can use anything similar. We'll get the job done. So we do want these to look and resemble kind of like petals, so we're adding that little line down the center as we outline.
Awesome.
All right, so now we're done outlining. And next, we should probably jump, while we're letting that set, we'll probably jump to the mouth area. The skeletal looking teeth, although it is a much more intricate step, so we will try to explain it the best we can. There is an alternate look to doing it with the teeth. You can just do an exaggerated lip.
Yeah, that's pretty. Like, say if you had the red lipstick on the other side, or you could leave it white. I would just take maybe the black paint, go right in the middle of the lip and extend a line maybe out to here. And you could just do vertical little black lines as
like
if
stitches.
they were stitches or teeth. But it'll be that like typical Day of the Dead look. We are gonna kind of take it a bit further and do skeleton teeth. It is a little bit more advanced, but I would maybe, if you have a little extra time, practice this on yourself. Don't wait until Halloween, like an hour before you're going out to try this look. It is, you know, it's not something you do every day. So for the teeth, we're gonna jump back to that same concealer pencil and kind of sketch it out. Okay, so to start, I'm gonna come right to her lip line and just kind of draw out about as far as I want to go, not too far. And then I'm going to come in right where her lip starts. So I'm just coming in here and doing a really rough kind of shaping of some teeth. Just kind of where they're gonna go, and typically you want to match up the top with the bottom line. So now that we've kind of drawn in a rough draft of what her teeth are going to look like, I'm gonna take a really neutral eyeshadow. For this I like to use like Soba or Wedge. Those are both MAC eyeshadows, anything neutral. A lot of times in makeup, you know, you get that gradient kind of blended look. For the teeth, for shading, that's what we're trying to achieve here as far as shape and size goes. So I'm going to take a MAC eyebrow brush, a mini angled brush, and start kind of shading in what we have. And I know this is going to look a little messy and it might not make as much sense, but kind of think of the flowers, you know, when we did the pink, we outlined them in black, they really popped. The teeth are also going to be outlined in black, and that's going to really kind of bring it all together for us. I forgot to mention, you can also, because this is an angled brush, as you are shading the teeth, you can bring the line up slightly further than the little outline you drew. When they start going up into the root, it's going to start looking like skeletal teeth. Oh my gosh. Alright guys, now that the teeth are pretty much sketched in, we're going to dip back into our black Chromacake using that skinny liner brush. I like to start first with this line, so I'm going to come here. I kind of tapered it off, so just apply a little more pressure, and as you come out further, a little less, and you just kind of get a skinny little tail at the end. I'm going to have Jen open your mouth just a tad. I'm going to come right in here and just paint the inside, and then up on top as well, so that when her mouth is closed, it almost looks like a void. So I'm going to be careful now to come in, and I'm very lightly We're going to try to keep the black line kind of on the outside of the shading that we just did. Very lightly kind of going over it. And because it's so light, you will still see that shading that we did. So if you kind of go next to it, it'll look gradient and you will see teeth. So we're gonna dip back into our white chroma cake with that same little angled brush, and we're just going to push it into where the tooth would be and kind of drag our brush up so that we're focusing white at the tooth. And again, you know, this is it's Halloween makeup, B, it's skeleton, so don't worry if there are like little smudges or something that you might think is a mistake. It's not gonna read like that. None of this has to be perfect. It's still gonna look really cool.
Now we're gonna do the nose, and again I'm gonna just sketch out the area, which is pretty much gonna be the center. Like the outside corner edge of my nose, I should say. The outside edge of my nose. And then I'll be filling in all of that black. Alright you guys, so now that the nose is done, that pretty much completes this look.
Feel free to make it your own. You can always add different rhinestones, add little details here and there to really change it up and personalize it.
There's like a ton of different variations. But anyhow, I hope you guys enjoy this look and we will see you in the next video. Thanks for watching us.
Bye.
Bye.